What's your need? Digital embroidery, branding of souvenirs, engraving on all materials, t-shirt printing. We got you covered at Creative Line. Contact Creative Line on 0244 695057. Creative Line. Serving you is our passion.
When you go to the United States, your dad asks you, what's next? So now, let me throw the question back. So after your life as a civilian, what are some of the projects you are on to now?
So I have real estate. So I have a few properties that I'm renting out. That's how I started. So I had a property I was renting out, and that got me into a new business called it's an assisted living facility where I take care of like the elderly people. You know, back in Ghana when you're old, you have a whole family that takes care of. And people are busy, they can't take care of their parents, all of that. So I have an assisted living where we take care of the old people, so services. So we help them with their ADLs, which is a daily activities. So bathing, feeding, medication reminder, and all of that. So it's still in the real estate world. It's still real estate, but the difference is, so my other property that I have, I'm renting the entire unit for one person, right? And they pay you whatever amount. Let's say, for example, let's say they're paying $3,000 a month. That's for that unit. The same size of house, the same amount of rooms, right? The same size. Now, in my other assisted living, my other business assisted living, now instead of me renting the whole house, I'm renting out a bed. So I could be renting out a bed for like 4,000, 5,000 per bed. So imagine if you have 10 beds, that's 10 times 5. So a month you're making 50,000 versus 3,000. You're still in the real estate business. So that's one thing I'm doing. And then I also have a farm in Ghana. I have like 22 acres of palm plantation. It's in somewhere in Eastern region, Chumgwa. So that's where it's at by, I think, a little further from Brigels. So the goal is to basically have our own palm plantation, but the goal is to open a refinery to refine the raw products into palm kernel oil and palm crude oil. Add some value to it because when you look at the profit margin, it's huge. When you sell the raw fruit, you sell the raw fruit for like $100 per ton, but when you refine it into either crude oil or palm kernel oil, crude oil is around like $938 per ton, and then the palm kernel is like $1,500 per ton. So, since our president, wants to go into agriculture, I'm like, why not? Let's put some value on it. So,
yeah.
If Chada is watching, I need investors to build my refinery. Or if the president is watching, I need.
We will send this to him.
We have a deputy who is a young person who are championing the youth to invest in agriculture. So when you get in touch with him, he might also sort you out.
Yeah, because
our current deputy agric minister is doing well. So
I've been hitting him on Snapchat. I sent an email. He's not responding to me.
He's not. Don't worry.
Mr. Jumelo,
we'll chase him to respond. He's currently in Canada. So
because we're doing. Yeah, I saw that he's in Canada.
Yeah,
I saw he was on an event. But we're doing something different because when I came to Ghana, I did some research. I went to some of the farms over there, the bigger ones, Ghana oil palm plantation. I met with one of the managers over there. He wanted to offload. We can offload it to him because they have a refinery. But they have over 400,000 hectares of land or so, something like that. And something we wanted to do different was we wanted to maximize our revenue, our profit. Because we only have 22 acres. 22 acres, you're probably making maybe what, 33,000 tons a year. But what happens to the land, the bare land, underneath the trees, what happens? So what we're doing is we're doing intercrop, we're doing crop rotation where we also planting leguminous plants like cowpeas, beans, chili pepper and stuff like that. To control the weeds, so we're not spending, because that's where you spend most of the money, weed control. So we're growing right now. We've grown like 1 acre of peanut granules. And the reason is we didn't have enough fund to kind of like grow the entire hectare. So we only did 1 hectare or 1 acre. That way, whenever we harvest, we don't plan on selling it. We plan on using those product, the seed, to grow the entire 22 acres. So that I think you can harvest. It takes 3 to 4 months for you to start harvesting. Once we harvest, now we can use that revenue to sustain ourselves while we also introduce nitrogen to the soil and then also do weed control. So, that will help us afloat. So we're not just putting money in, but so that's what we're trying to implement to do different than what other people are doing.
So far, the two business, how many employees do you have so far?
Ghana, I have 4 employees. My brother, my older brother is an employee, and his 2 other friends, and then we have a local guy that kind of like he's our eyes and ears because they can. It's like 2 hours drive from Accra to over there with traffic. Well, if they're doing a funeral, then it becomes like 6 hours.
12 hours.
One time they made me miss. I was gonna go meet somebody to sell some product to for the first time, and I missed it because a police officer had died. When you climb the mountain, when you go to the bridge, when you climb that mountain, so they blocked the whole. Some people were burning their clutches. They need to stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have 4 in Ghana. But then what we also do is we employ the locals when it's time for us to weed. We employ the local, usually like about 10 to 12, where they clear the land. And also what we're also doing is we also try to incorporate the prisoners, the ones that are about to get out and stuff like that. We go talk to the prisoners and then, they leases some of them and then we pay and then, so that's what we're doing. So that's something I want to look in the future where I don't think we have a rehabilitation kind of like, to get those incarcerated back into the society. We don't have any programs for it. So one of our goals is to incorporate that where we can have a program where we can fit them in when they come out. At least they will have some sort of a skill,
They do it though. They do it though in the prisons.
Oh, okay.
They have this kind of skills. Some are into tailoring, some are into barbering, some are into metal fabrication and all those stuff.
Okay.
They do it.
And there's a man who is doing very well. Crime check.
Yes, crime check.
Okay.
He's also
maybe I
doing
can get with him. Yeah, I can get with him and then
If you want to do something like that, maybe we
That's
can. Yes, he's very good. He's doing a very good job. I've been watching.
Check up on him. It's on Facebook. It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook, so we can.
Yeah, it's just that these people, when they're big, when you hit them, they don't really. Because A+, when you hit him up, he has a bot responding to you. This automated response, all of them. I'm like,
yeah. I think those who assisted them to create those social links are the issues. It's like the bots, you have to communicate with the bot for a long time before getting into him. But
the whole thing.
If it's about contact, maybe we can try get some contact for you to get straight to him.
Because I have something big. Because right now, the factory alone, if I build a factory, I'm looking at 75 people. That's employment to Chumguaso. And I already scouted the place, right? So the first thing I did was I scouted the place. I saw their clinic. That's the first thing I looked at. Because I was like, well, if I'm gonna have employees and let's say something were to happen, somebody get bitten by a snake, how are we gonna get there, to the hospital? And from here to Accra is already 2 hours minus traffic. By the time we get to hospital, so in the future, I want to give back to the community. The first thing probably build a hospital because the one that they have there is not up to standard at all.
Okay.
So
we can look at this as well.
Yeah.
So let the CEO do his job. Mr. Jakwata will do his
job. Your people are in power now.
Mr. Jakwata's people are in power.
and I'm also into IT, so you can get me to the Minister for Information Communication, whatever.
Oh,
I'm saying, I do IT as well. I'm a cybersecurity analyst.
We sought suit your brand with every stitch making your staff look exquisitely consistent, reflecting your brand in every corner. Be it overalls, corporate uniforms, safety wears, lab coats, scrubs, polo shirts, aprons, and many others. At Prestige Clothing, We produce with durable fabrics that last you a lifetime. Locate Prestige Clothing at North Carnation Swan Lake. Contact us on 0244 695057. Prestige Clothing, your ideal clothing company.
How will you advise someone who wants to join the Navy? What are some of the advice you give them?
Man, I don't like giving advices because I'm terrible at giving advice. But I say, what in general, whatever you want to do, right? I think, and I told my little sister that I think people are so fixated on when they want to do something, the tunnel vision, right? I want to be a pilot, but understand that the path is not straight. Sometimes some people the path is, it's a straight trajectory, right? Some of us, many of us, we have to, go under a tunnel, like the tunnel that you go through when you go into Tema, right?
Yeah.
Come up and then go through that's how it is. But, somebody, I want to be a musician. That's what they want to do. No, I want to be an architect. I didn't think about it joining the military. But when I was a kid, I did those fire cadet and all of that. When I came to high school, I didn't do all of that. I didn't know it would take me back to my roots, right? So whatever you're trying to do, I would say understand that there are many paths that leads to it. Don't just focus because you want to do that. You just want to invest your time. If it's not working, like for instance, to make sense, I want to be an architect. I became a CNA, right? I was wiping butt in the state. That's my first job. I worked at Amazon in the warehouse while going to school. I worked on planes, cleaning planes, right? And then right after that, I became a dispatch, and then I joined the military. When I became military, I wanted to do IT. I couldn't do it. They made me a mechanical engineer. So guess what? I took it, learned everything I needed to learn, but while also going to school to do what I really wanted to do. So when it all came together, now that I'm in a place where financially I'm good, I'm in a good financial situation where I don't have to stress about anything. Now I did apply to go back to school. Right, I went back to school to apply for architecture, which I'm going to University of Houston to do architecture, master's in architecture. Now I can enjoy doing that because I don't have any pressure on me because I put all these things in place to, help me get to where I want to get to. And recently I was looking at like the payment, the salary for architects, and it's not near where I'm getting right now being a DevOps engineer. So I'm like, damn. But it's not for that. It's just I just enjoy being creative. I was a visual art student. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy, creating stuff from a thin air, So if you want to join the Navy, once you get in, understand your whys. Why did you join? Where are you going? Where are you going with that? You're not going to be in the Navy forever. So once you join, stay focused. It's hard to stay focused, but stay focused. Understand why you join, where you're coming from, and where you're trying to go. And it doesn't have to be all. It could be a stepping stone. For me, the military, did I wanted to stay in for 20 years? Yeah, I wanted to do that. But life also happened. So while I was living in, I was still building blocks around me. So when the time came, I wasn't even prepared to get out. The neighbor was like, hey, you can't be no more. Before I got out, I already had things in place. Was it scary? Yeah. But then it's far, far better than not having anything at all. So just know why you're doing it. No, make the financial, the career specialist your best friend. That's what's going to help you. Yeah.
So what's the age range with the Army? What's the age range?
The Navy, I think the cutoff point is like 42, 18 to 42.
Oh. So even I can join now.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
How many push-ups can you do?
Yes, my belly might be the problem, but I'll try.
I'm gonna have to tape you because you got some belly. So you're I'm gonna have to tape you and see.
You're a recruitment, so you should recruit him.
I'm a recruiter. That's what I'm telling you. So
cut his stomach.
What's your height? What's your height?
How many push-ups do I need to join the Army?
It depends on your age.
Currently, how many do you think? Maybe let's say I'm 40 years.
40 years, you probably doing like 30 push-ups.
Oh, that's an average I can push now.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if
my height. I'm saying it.
This guy can push his stomach. His stomach, he can't even push it.
My tummy will be the abstract. At least I can do everything.
Can you do crunches? Because that's what they do.
I
Can you do can you do planks? Can you hold planks for 2 minutes? Can you do planks?
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I
those are
can.
required. You do planks. I think planks for 2 minutes. Push up depending on your age. When I joined, I think the minimum was for me was like 52, I think. So
So
that
the
was
younger
just
you
that.
are, the more you do.
The older you get, the less you're doing. And then you have to run a mile and a half in I think based on
4
your age,
minutes.
I think 40 minutes or so, 12 minutes,
Wait,
12,
a
I think
mile and a
14.
half in
Mhm.
kilometers is how many?
Man, I'm not good with math. I was a visual student. So
Yeah.
you do the
True.
conversion.
He's a math guy. He's a math guy. He should do that
So you
calculation.
do the conversion. I'm pretty sure you did elective math. I didn't never did elective
That's
math.
what you have to say.
You was a business student too, though.
Anyway, Elvis, yeah. Thank you for your service, yeah.
Yeah,
And
of
it was a
course.
nice conversation. We appreciate you, yeah. We thank you for giving us the insight, and I think our viewers really love it. And it will take one or two and advise themselves. Those who are in the States who also are thinking what to do next will take it from here. They'll ask themselves why and why they have to do that. And I think you guys are one of the big guys doing this. I hope our Ghanaian people might also take one or two from this, and especially the business wise side, because you have only a few people doing this after the. I don't know with our they don't. I'm not sure their contracts. Anyway, maybe I don't know, because people come in the service, they serve hard till they go on retirement.
Yeah,
So
minimum is 20 years to retire.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Some
So
people do. I've seen great people there
okay,
still
thank
doing
you.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Elvis,
So
I've
thank
done
you
your
for coming.
calculation. That's 2.7 kilometers. For how many minutes?
Depend on your age.
But I can do that. No, like
For 12 minutes,
I
within
can
12
do four
minutes.
kilometers in about 30 minutes max. But I even do
Okay.
lesser than 30 minutes.
So, see,
4
listen,
kilometers.
now we don't care about how many you get. You know what? We don't care how many you can run half a mile in 1 minute. At the end of
That's
the, at the end of 12,
2.4 miles.
well, at the end of 12 minutes, based on your age, at the end of your age requirement, you have to run a mile and a half. So you can start strong. Finishing is the hardest part. And also the
Yeah.
military, Navy, you have to know how to swim. So I forgot to add that. You have to know how to
Okay.
swim.
Do you teach or I have to learn it before coming? Because I'm trying to join. I'm thinking
Well,
about joining.
well, when you go to basic training, right, they will teach you, but I don't think that's the best place to learn because because usually you have about 30 trials to pass. So that's like 30 days
Wow.
to pass the swim. So usually what happens is you go in the first time you get to the pool, they have a tower, I think it's like 12 feet tall. You
Yeah.
stand on it and then you jump off it into the pool, which is like 12 feet deep, right? You jump on it. Once you come up, then you have to swim to the end of the wall, swim back, and then you do a dead man's float, and that's how you pass, right? But mind you, when I was going, I didn't know how to swim. But before that, I almost drowned before I even went in. So I had a neighbor at the time. I had a neighbor that, she was like, "Hey, I heard you going to the Navy." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, do you want to use my? He's like, "Do you know how to swim?" I'm like, "I'm learning." He's like, "Do you want to use my pool?" Because she had a pool at her house, the back of it. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So she was nice. So one time, I grabbed my little sister, and my mom went to the pool trying to learn how to swim. I was doing so good, right? Until I got to the middle and I panicked and I started, drowning. So the funny thing when you're drowning, I'm trying to jump up thinking I'm on a solid plane, but the whole time it's liquid. So how can you jump? So I'm trying to jump, and that's how you die because you're using too much energy. So I'm jumping, and then my little sister and my mom think I'm playing because this whole time I was doing so good. So they thought I was playing. Mind you, my mom cannot swim. My little sister cannot swim. In the
Wow.
middle
It was
of the
scary.
pool
That's a
drowning.
lot.
Yeah, so they have this bar, this thing that they used to clean the pool. So my sister gave it to me, I grabbed onto it, and then she pulled me out. So imagine right after that, I shipped to boot camp, and then you get to boot camp, basic training, and they tell you jump off of a tower 12 feet to jump into a 12 feet pool. You tell me how that makes you feel. And if you're ready, if that condition, you be ready to learn how to swim over there, that's up to you. So
That's up to you.
Go to
Sure,
Choco.
sure.
What's the beach in Ghana? What's it called?
Labadi Beach.
Abadi.
Go to Labadi Beach and practice over there before.
Ah,
I am going to die. That place there.
you die, you die. Charlie Elvis, thanks for your time and all the insights. We are very
You're
grateful.
welcome.
Sure.
Of course.
So see you on another episode.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for my
Yeah.
contact. That part belly.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Presido, over to you.